Hope you're good. It's a very slow morning for me. I'm probably gonna speak this low for a while, but yeah. How you doing? Let me actually tune into the other phone. I don't check another screen. I usually just check a whole different phone that's connected to a whole different network, just so I can see how everything is from the outside. But yeah, I think you can hear me. Actually, I think it's very audible. I don't think that's a problem. So already I'm looking at this EU chart. I'm looking at the buy side liquidity there. I think I showed it from the 4-hour perspective. This is what the 4-hour looks like, right? And that's our buy side liquidity up there at 1.04584. And right now we have an SMT divergence inside of a high time frame PDRA. So our high time frame is the 4-hour in this case, making our confirmation time frame to be M15, right? So on the M15 we have the SMT, we got the sweep of liquidity and everything. We have everything we need for higher prices. I actually think price is just gonna run up from here to buy side liquidity without clearing the 6 p.m. low. Let me see if I can position myself in a trade right now actually on my MetaTrader. Let's see. How much am I risking on this? No, not even. I'm coming to gold in a moment. Tag me in on gold buys. It's actually irritating at this point, man. I'm not even gonna lie. It's irritating at this point. Those gold buys. It's just irritating. I'll show. Yeah, okay. I was just positioning myself in euro. So on gold, this is my entry. That's why I was irritated. It came pips away from my entry and I was like, okay, you know what? With the momentum, with the way it's falling, it's likely gonna get to my entry. Let me be patient, you know? I've been patient the whole week and I've been missing trades. So what's wrong with being even more patient, right? I'm just gonna take this week as a week of learning patience, right? By force. But yeah, I think get tagged in. That exact high, this candle high is my entry. It came so close and I looked at it as the liquidity sweep, all the stuff, and I was waiting for my entry to get tagged in the very next candle. Then I saw it expanding higher. This move right here is enough for me to make some decent money. I don't know what decent money is for a lot of people out there, but in this trade I'm only risking $50, so nothing crazy, right? But my TP being 2800, it was like around 800 and something dollars if I held it all the way to 2800. But of course I'm not gonna hold it up all the way there if we don't get the momentum. If we get some sort of shift that's going downwards in a lower time frame, I'm gonna kill the trade, right? And then look for another entry. So yeah, that was my trade. So I'm still patient. I still left it. If we take this high, I'm going to delete it. This light line that you see here, the horizontal line, is my first main TP. That's the first main level where I would say, okay, you know what, I think I can actually take full profit here instead of holding it to 2800. I think that's buy side. No, it's not actually. It's the last order block on the daily time frame. Yeah, so if we take this high and keep running to this level, which is the daily CB, and then that level, then of course there's no need having this trade open. I'll just delete it and wait for retracement down into the 4-hourly, then continue higher. Alright, so yeah, right now I'm not even bothered anymore. I'm actually just more annoyed than anything. So just wait. If we respect this order block and push down to tag me in, then nice. If not, I'm not gonna chase it. The only other chart that looks clean to me right now, as I showed, was EU. The only thing is that EU might take some time to get there, but it will indeed get there. So looking at this 4-hour chart, this looks too clean to not complete this market maker buy model. Like, I feel like, yes, we took the equal highs and stuff, but this is too short. This is making more of a resistant level for most triple top people trade, that I think this very next 4-hour candle or the next 2 4-hour candles should just run that buy side liquidity. I know we don't have any news today, but we had a choppy Asia, so I expect an expanding London and New York, right? We don't have any red folder news during New York either, so I don't see why it still needs to wait for anything. You just run now. I know that's just me talking because I'm trying to I am positioned, not even trying. I am positioned in a trade and stuff, but still, I'm also using logical reasoning to deduce or to justify my bias. So yeah, I got an SMT. So this low should be protected in a way. This low should not be taken, because if this low gets taken, this Asia low, which is 6 p.m., if this low gets taken, then the SMT, the crack in correlation, no longer exists. So for that reason, that low should be a protected low. I'd like to see if we would get something on. I was actually entering a trade on USD CAD, but I'm going to get out of it. It's still at my entry right now, so I'm just gonna exit and break even and just solely focus on EU and gold for today. EU buys look fishy. Watching how Asia moved. Did you mean fishy? You just said looks fish. I'm guessing you mean fishy, right? Asia session had a very consolidating or choppy profile. Firstly, when 6 o'clock hit, right, when the markets reopened when the markets closed, this 18 o'clock candle, the way we just fell off was crazy. And then the entirety of Asia just did this. So now, this low that was made at basically 2 o'clock, this is the 2 o'clock candle, but this is 1:45, right? So this low that's made during the London session kill zone start, that took this internal liquidity and immediately rejected away from it quickly. I think we might get better structure on the M5. Let's see. So we took this internal low. We even took this low as well. We pushed down aggressively and immediately pushed up away aggressively. Right? I even expect this gap to become a breakaway gap. But if we do come down to it, then I'm guessing we just wanted to come down to this block, right? That's with the fair value gap, I guess. But if we start pushing up here now and start creating new 5-minute gaps, so a first one, respect the first one. The second one would be the entry model that I prefer. So yeah, very choppy Asia session. Let me actually switch on my sessions and see what's going on. Okay, for some reason it's counting Asia from 7 p.m, which does not make sense to me. Isn't Asia, or am I just used to the indices? Am I used to futures? Because I know that the market closes at 6 and closes at 4, then reopens at 6. but for some reason it's not counting this as part of Asia. Anyway, even if this is Asia low, we just had a choppy Asia range, right? And then London came, took a low, took another low, and finally took this low. Now, if you are trading ICT's concept, the next thing would be the next target here would be Asia high. Now that we've gotten a market structure shift right there, so you'd expect Asia high to be the next target, and then maybe the previous daily high. We are even below the midnight opening price, and yeah, we have this SMT. So for me, if such a trade fails, right, if such a trade idea, even if it doesn't give us an entry, but if such a trade idea fails, then I would know that I had followed all my entry criteria and everything. You know, I would know that I did my part to making sure the trade doesn't fail. So if it does fail, then yeah, I did my best. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm looking at GU. GU is really weak. Really weak. Let's cross over to dollar real quick. I was looking at that fair value gap on DXY from Asia session. We respected it and pushed away from it, but now it's looking funny. It's showing kill zone, not session. Oh, you mean the indicator? Yeah, I guess. I don't know, I always thought it... I always assumed it was the session. I don't know why. My mind has been telling me it's the session, not the kill zone, but yeah, I guess you're right. Let's close this up. I really don't want this low to be taken on GU. If I was trading GU for USD, which I am not, I would have taken this order block, right? These two white candles, these two down close candles, right? I would have taken them as another block. If I was an intra-session trader, looking for a high risk reward ratio trade, then yeah, I would have taken this and targeted the purple line, which is the daily order block, I believe, the daily CB with an order block, and I would be in drawdown right now if I did take a trade like that. Gold is pushing, dollar is choppy, not really deciding, but looks a little bit bearish. I'm not in this, by the way, for anyone that's probably gonna ask. I'm waiting for the 1 hour order block. What do you mean by the 1 hour order block? Which one? Are you talking about EU? If yes, I'm guessing you mean the one that's yet to be created. You mean this white candle, the bearish one? I'm guessing you're looking for a closure above the high of that candle, right? You want price to close above that candle, then use it as an order block. So something like that. Retap the body, then buy side liquidity. I'm guessing is what you're looking for. And if it is what you're looking for, then yes, for sure, that would be ideal. The only reason I got in early was just because my stop loss is not where my stop loss is very wide, and I have the capital to hold. So yeah. Mine is different. Very different reason. 10 more minutes for this hourly candle to close, by the way. It would be nice if this specific candle printing right now will be the one to create the order block. It would be very nice if we close properly, displacing properly above the previous candle high, not what it's doing right now. So let's wait and see. Indices, I was scalping Nasdaq last night during the end of PM session. I really feel like gold just hates me today. Actually, this entire week I've been trying to buy gold. I've been getting entries, but every single time it's just been evading me. Yes, but the problem with it is all the candle are in 1 hour inside candle. Okay, when you're saying that, I'm guessing you mean something like this. I'm guessing, you may correct me if I'm wrong. I'm guessing you mean something like this. The range high or low has not been taken. So even if we do create another block here, we're still within this range. We're still within an hourly candle. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. If it is, then yes, I agree. We're still technically choppy. That's why a displacement would be real nice, like a proper closure above all of these previous candles, right? A proper closure, like a solid bullish candle, would be nice to confirm that any retracement would be buys, right? But if we just close very shallow above the previous candles, then yeah, it's not too enticing. It's not too enticing. Either way, I think I might be live if my internet does not give me funny problems. I might be live for the next entire candle, so another hour to go. I really would like to see it displace higher now. Oh, I think we don't have any red folder news events, but we do have the World Economic Forum, right? Something like that. I'm not sure what they do, to be honest with you guys, but I know they do some decision making that's important. I know they do something that's important. So yeah, so that's something to keep in mind. It's their annual meetings and it's day three today. So, and even the governor is speaking today. This is all we have for today, by the way. So don't have any red folder news events. And yeah, even though we don't have any news events, I guess that's why I'm actually seriously praying and hoping that Euro starts expanding. We can make the high of the week today, then we could look for sales later, because on the dollar side of things, dollar would be tapping into the weekly BC. So we can start looking for buys from there. It doesn't have to happen today. It doesn't even have to happen tomorrow. It could be from Friday. So yeah. Yesterday we have the same range in 1 hour. Yesterday, you mean this time? The first time it missed my trade. So by the way, I had an order set in these bodies, right? I had an order. I actually have the screenshot set there, but why did I not get tagged in? Well, because I ended up doing what I shouldn't do, what I should stop doing. I did this, right? I measured the range to get my 75% retracement OTE. I wanted the perfect OTE, no longer the golden zone one, not the 684. I wanted the 75%. So my order was exactly here, the 75%, and then of course I never did get tagged in. So that was funny. But yeah, let's see. The same range. What What range did we have? Which one are you talking about? I am still on the 1 hour chart, and this was yesterday's London session, the New York reversal. So what portion, what time yesterday? I don't really know. I can't say this because this is way too, this is a whole different thing. Can't even call that a range. I mean, technically speaking, everything is a range, but that's more of a trending profile than a range. Okay, somehow my PC isn't muted. That's fun. I'm gonna mute that. I do not like this rejection above those highs, especially when we are 3 minutes away from closing this candle. Let's see what the 5 looks like. So the M5 is already inside of that gap that I said I would actually like it to remain a breakaway gap. But let's see now that it's tapped it, what it does from here. If we can get a fast rejection away before, very quick rejection before before the hourly candle closes, then that will be a very good sign, even if we do return to it later, as long as you get that fast rejection now. What do you mean gold may tag you in? Wait, is gold doing something interesting? Damn, it is. It is doing something very interesting. It's rejecting that other block in the last second even. Look at that. That's the M15. Weird price action. Another confirmation, if you're not going to wait for the 1 hour order block to form on EU, would be waiting for a closure above the Asia session high. Well, according to the indicator, if you asked me to eyeball Asia session high, I would have told you this high for sure. Yeah, I would have told you this high for sure, but according to the indicator, this is Asia session high. So if you wanted a confirmation, I'll wait for a closure above this high on the M5, not the 1 hour. Then you could look for continuation higher. You would have many opportunities to continue higher if that's the case. Alright, so we are about 10 seconds away from this hourly candle to close, and it is not closing at the area that I would have liked to see us close by. So that's a bit troublesome, and GU is just looking nasty, it's looking gross right now. If this hypothetical setup actually pans out, then that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Oh, I forgot this was a 4 hour chart. I actually assumed it was a 1 hour this whole time. So we also closed about this 4 hour fair value gap. This is what it looks like on the 1 hour. Definitely gonna use one of these gaps to fall off, right? Like, I think we all agree on that, but then which one is the question, and when? because this one we've closed above it already. It's showing bullish signs, which is not good, right? And then we have another one higher over there, which could be used for lower prices. Who knows? To be honest with you, I'm tired of the price action for this week on dollar. I just wanted to fall off because I'm ready to start buying this back up. I'm not really bearish longer term on DXY. This is just a pullback into a weekly gap for me to continue buying. So yeah, I'm not really excited about waiting. Let's see what the price action is gonna look like from the 5 minutes perspective on EU within the next 1 hour. Gold Metaguen, I will wait for the New York session. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's actually better because we might have another choppy session, right? We already had a choppy Asia session. If we chop around during London, then that's even more of a reinforcement or higher probability to trade New York instead, because New York will be the expanding session or phase of the cycle. So yeah, if London ends up being a dud, definitely would say wait for New York. But to be honest with you, man, I want London to be the one to reach buy side liquidity. I don't know what's gonna happen on gold though. Gold may actually tag me in, as you said, so I'm waiting on that. I wanted to take USD card sells. I think I sent it to the group, you guys saw, but I'm not going to take it anymore. Well, I was in it, then I closed off at break even. So now I'm just gonna focus on EU and gold. I wonder if we'll get that rejection from here. It'll be incredible. These entries, I'm not gonna lie, are crazy risky for me. They look so suspicious every time. Like, I don't buy this type of order blocks. I usually buy the bodies of a proper order block that took liquidity and all that, you know. And I have a very high standard when it comes to order blocks. But this was just me trying to, I guess, squeeze out a trade from gold since I haven't been able to participate, right? So I don't even know if it's gonna work out or not. I'm just trying. Just wanna see. I just wanna see what happens. I would have preferred something like, you know, a bounce from the 4-hour gap, because we have this 4-hour gap and we have this 4-hour gap. I would have preferred if we're bouncing from these gaps and then creating some sort of lower time frame structure to buy this thing. You know, it'll make sense. Even something like this makes more sense for my type of entries on gold. You know, wait for the order block and buy, not that suspicious looking thing on a 1-hour chart. But I'm willing to give it a shot. If it fails, I'm not risking a lot. As I told you guys, I'm only risking $50, and yeah, for a potential gain of I think about 800. So very minimal risk, very high reward comparatively. So yeah, waiting for New York session, nah, that's the best decision to make. I would say do that, but advise anyone does the same. I'd advise anyone to do the same. Just wait for a proper session that's trending, not choppy. So yeah, as I said, I'm just gonna watch this session do its thing. I'm gonna watch this chart for the next 1 hour. I don't like that rejection after pushing up like that. I don't like that it's falling off, because now I can also frame sells. You know, we took liquidity here, we're creating bearish order blocks for price to continue lower. That is not a very good sign. That is not a good sign at all for my bullish bias. If this candle pushed up and remained bullish, then the next one opened here, I would have been singing a whole different song right now. So let's see. I expected a new 5 minutes bullish fair value gap to have been created by now. I could use that to push price higher. I'm gonna lie, but of course that's not the case. So anyway, let me take a little bit of a break from the mic. Nothing hectic is happening. I'll unmute when something starts happening. Alright, so price action is being sluggish at the moment. Jeez, I think my mic is like maxed out or something. Let's just, yeah, let's control that a bit. But yeah, so I'll be heading out instead, leave the stream running. I'll probably be in the chat instead. I wouldn't be able to use my mic. So yeah, right now it doesn't seem like there's anything solid going on. I'm going to leave it like this. We will watch to see if we can return to those equal highs, not just Asia, but these previous equal highs that has been taken already. I want to see if price action can get back there, and how we react from these areas. So I'll leave this like so, and I will be back in about 15 minutes, so not too long, probably 3:30, maybe a little bit later than that. But for now, let's just watch and see what price does. I'll be in the chat, of course, but I won't be on the mic. So it took a little bit of time, but I actually got back basically on the right time because we just cleared the Asia session high, and the hourly candle that I was waiting for has basically ended now as well. So everything that we wanted actually played out well. I said that I wanted on the chart section, I wanted to see a new 5 minutes BC, and we got that. You know, not the most convincing one because I would have preferred a proper displacement, but we didn't get that. We still got a gap, right? We still got a gap giving us the intention, showing us that price has intentions of pushing upwards, right? So if we do need to continue, we can either use this gap to continue higher, or we could create a higher gap to continue pushing up. So yeah, so those are very good signs. On the hourly, as I was saying, we have now officially, we could actually come to that gap, to be honest, because looking at the level it's at, this hourly now could act as another block, right? This hourly candle, this down close candle that failed to sweep the low, right, that made the SMT, we could come, tap the body of it, then continue higher. So using an arrow to show and demonstrate what I'm talking about, I mean, come back here, then continue to the buy side liquidity. At least that's what I would like to see. At the end of the day, price can do whatever it wants to do. It can really force the markets to do whatever you want. It does what it wants. So yeah, this is just my expectation, what I want to see from price. And yeah, I guess that's all that I have today. That's all I have for now. There's no red for the news event today, so just thread lightly, you know, be careful. Gold, of course, is missing my entry again, even though it fell off and came to close again. We didn't check my entry, so I'm just gonna leave that. If it runs, it runs. I'm not really gonna force myself a lot. I'm not gonna force myself on that. But yeah, so this could be a play for today. This could be something for today. Now that this hourly candle is closed with enough bullish intention, I would have preferred an hourly gap as well, but we don't have that momentum yet. And I'm hoping that something like, you know, the World Economic Forum that's happening today, being day 3, I'm hoping that it would do something. It'll make price move, because right now yeah, it's too lackluster. I mean, we're getting the displacement, we're getting something on the hourly, but on the lower time frames like the M5 and the M15, price still looks very weird. So yeah, the earlier they can bring something, the better it will be for us. So yeah, let me just share this chart on the screen, I mean on the group, then we will end it there in a moment. USD JPY, actually any JPY cross seems very interesting, but I'll check them out later. Anyway, that's all I have. Stay safe, take care of those around you, good luck, and as always, good trading.